Well, I've watched the new Pokemon Pokopia extended trailer a good 400 times. I've combed through every frame. I've run the whole thing through the analysis machine, digging into my deep lore and understanding of the Pokemon world, and I can conclude that the game looks fun. It was pretty clear from the first trailer, but this one really only seals the deal. This is a very laid back, very chill, very cozy kind of Pokemon game, and that's very much a good thing. So now we have a bit clearer of an idea of the gameplay loop. You do things, you work with your little area here that attracts Pokemon to it. From those Pokemon, you can learn new moves, which allows you to landscape and fix up the area even more. Then when Pokemons are residents of your little place, then you can do little side quests to help them with various things. And then, I don't know what the ultimate goal is beyond just kind of like having a cool little place. Like, I'm sure there'll be like checklisty kind of stuff, you know, like get every Pokemon, help every Pokemon and all that. They keep mentioning humans. They keep mentioning how humans used to be here. And oh, it'd be really great if they were still here. So I don't know if like reaching a certain point of completion in the game, like they're not going to actually bring humans there. I don't know if it's like maybe it'll be suggested in the end credits or something. I don't know, but it's weird that they keep mentioning it really specifically. But I'm just like, no, just Pokemon. Like, just make this a really nice place for Pokemon and Pokemon to live together. It's a cozy game. It's escapism. This is an alternate timeline where one of the many plots to destroy the world that have happened throughout the games, one of them worked, and this is in the aftermath, and that is all I will accept. So that's the basic idea, and I mean, that does sound very appealing. It really does. Yeah, like I've spent countless hours in Stardew Valley, and I was joking in the reaction video how like just like fixing up the farm, I think might have been my singular favorite thing about the experience. You know, like getting it nice and actually like growing crops and making friends and all that was really good. But just having this big gross area with a bunch of trash you gotta pick up and break, you know, dig up all the weeds and get rid of the rocks. It was the same thing in Viva Pinata. That part of it is so fun, just like cleaning up the space. And yeah, so like it's interesting because this kind of game, I kind of have I'm not going to say love-hate relationship. Hate would be strong, but it's like I really do like a good cozy game. Just something you could just like chill out on, and you just got stuff to do. Yeah, you know, cleaning up and filling side quests. But I'm also like more and more wary of games that get a little bit too repetitive as time goes on. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm hoping that there's enough like really tangible stuff to do that doesn't feel too repetitive or too overly simple, you know? There certainly would be a market for a game that's a little closer to Animal Crossing, where it's something that you could just spend countless hours in and just kind of going and tweaking things here and there. I guess for me personally, I'm just hoping there's a really good, just kind of like a progression system, a game to play. You know, I wanna play the game, and then I want to finish the game. I want to roll the credits and be done with it. So that's kind of my hope. But yeah, the whole loop does look really nice. And you know, obviously just the very concept of building and placing things with the voxel format. There's a reason it's caught on. It's just very fun. It's really it's freeing, and it's kind of simple in a way, but it's just very approachable and customizable. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I was really happy to see the Viva Pinata system, because in that game, it's the same thing. You've got a garden, and you can, like, you know, buy items for it, and you can clean it up and plant plants, and all of the different pinatas have different conditions that have to be met before they are attracted to the place. And that was probably a lot more complicated and difficult than this is going to end up being. This looks a little bit more simple. They just kind of pop out of the bushes. You don't have to, like, because in that one you'd have to attract them there and then get them to stay there. It was really hard. But I like the idea. So I really do like that they're using that kind of idea. It's fun. It's a fun way to have like a natural progression system. Yeah, you get an item and that brings in a new one, and it's all just kind of building and building and building as you go. Looks fun. They did reveal here that in addition to being able to learn moves from Pokemon, the Ditto character will also be able to transform into some Pokemon. They showed a Dragonite and a Lapras, and I love it. They picked two particularly, like, I don't know, enchanting, kind of mythical, graceful fairy tale kind of Pokemon, you know? Just like, oh, it's Lapras, it's riding through the sea, and it's Dragonite, taking to the air, flying through the clouds. And I love that they picked those, because the Ditto versions just look so stupid. They look so amazingly stupid. Dragonite with the big dumb head. I love it. I think it's very funny, and I don't know what other transformations there may be. But it is also worth noting that transformation thing, like it's kind of just a quick little thing in the trailer, but it seems that that's going to allow you to go to like different islands, and there seems to be a surprising amount of travel here. So I don't know if that means that you're going to be planting little like towns on multiple islands, if that's kind of like the goal, or if you're going to have one central place and you go off just to like, I don't know what, explore, find items, find new Pokemon? If you're attracting them to your little town, yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know how that works, but that's fun. It means the scope is a little bit opened up. I do very much like exploration. I like an untamed world to just kind of, you know, embark out into and explore and figure everything out. I do really think it's cool how you can customize your Ditto character, and there's like 4-player multiplayer. They confirmed game share, so that's neat. Even someone who doesn't own the game or has Switch 1 can get in on it. Very, very cool. This is cute. I particularly like how when you're taking a picture, like your character like whips out a camera and is, you know, like you're trying to line up the shot, but it's not just a photo mode. It's actually like the character itself holding a camera, and you can see your friend like trying to take a picture of you. I think that's very cute. All right, so let's talk about what's clearly the best part about the trailer and probably the game. Professor Tangrowth. I love this. You know, like we've had so many Pokemon professors over the years. So of course, like, what's this game? It's a game where it's all Pokemon, and the characters are Pokemon, the players are Pokemon. It's just Pokemon. So you have a Pokemon professor, a literal Pokemon professor. I don't know why they picked Tangrowth, but I'm glad they did. It's just fitting. It's just fitting. Tangrowth is just very funny. Just very, very funny looking. So I'm very, very, very pleased that we get a Professor Tangrowth. I thought that was great. And then they also revealed some new forms of old Pokemon at the end. We don't really know like what that means or what that does. I mean, I guess it's probably just, you know, they'll just be little friends that come to your town. I don't know why they're so different, why they're so radically different, if that'll have, you know, something to do in the story, or if it really is just like, I don't know, you find a weird Pikachu. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be some lore reason why they're very, very new versions. Yeah, apparently we don't really know much about them or why these freaks of nature exist. But we do know that they are named Pikachu, Mosslax, and Smearguru, which is pretty interesting. Pikachu looks kind of weird and glowy and ghosty. I don't like quite get what they're going for there, but we'll find out. Mosslax is a little bit more straightforward. It seems to be a Snorlax that is I don't know, ground type now, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's a ghost Pikachu, or maybe a fairy Pikachu and a ground well, I don't know. It's got like a little flower coming. I don't know, whatever. It's a Snorlax that's been covered in mud. I don't know if these are going to be like in the actual games, if a ground type Snorlax is going to be a thing, but like at least here, it's just kind of a Snorlax covered in mud with a little flower. Looks like a Pikmin. Snorlax is a Pikmin now, and personally, I'm for that. I am pro Pikmin Snorlax. Yeah, and then there's Smearguru, and it's funny because like Smeargle doesn't come up a lot. Is it just me? I feel like it's not in a lot of games and media. I don't know, maybe it is, and I just haven't noticed. But so I was having a hard time knowing if it was actually different or if it was just kind of smeared with paint. But yeah, it seems to be a new form, and looking at the old one, yeah, the differences aren't huge. Mostly it's like the paint all over it. I mean, it does look good. It is certainly fitting. I do like Smeargle, like design-wise. I've never like had one or used one. You know, it's a little gimmicky for me, but you know, it's a Gen 2 Pokemon, so I've certainly got a soft spot for it. So I think it's kind of cool, getting a little love here, and that's basically it. Yeah, I mean, it's same as before. The game just looks fun. It looks like a really solid idea for a Pokemon game. I mean, it looks like it's such a good idea that, yeah, it's still hard for me to believe they didn't do it sooner. This, I feel like they could have done a game. They could have easily gotten away with a game like this good 10 years ago. You know, I mean, I guess this kind of genre has sort of grown over the years, and then it takes a certain amount of time to make a game, so I guess, sure. But, no, it's great. I really do think it's probably going to be a pretty darn good success. You know, I think it's not going to sell as well as a mainline game, but it's going to do a heck of a lot better than a lot of the spin-offs. I think it's going to sell some millions of copies. There's an audience. There is an audience for this game. Oh yeah, and last thing, I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought it was a little funny that a Pokemon game does not get voice acting, but the trailer does. They're like, it'd be a little too awkward if we were just reading what they had to say in a trailer. So the person doing the voiceover for the game's trailer does the voice acting for the character who will not have voice acting in the actual game. Yeah, just a little funny. Not that I actually think this game in particular needs the voice I think I actually prefer no voice acting in a game like this. I just like to be snarky. You know me. I'm a loose cannon. I will let my snark fly at the drop of it. This is a stupid way to end a video. Edit this part out.